Hey guys, I've got a pretty good one for you here today. It's a very cliche story. A 39-year-old 4chan poster that lives in their mother's house still is arrested for things that they posted on 4chan. There's a little bit of controversy there, being arrested for things posted on 4chan. Dude looks like a cliche, sounds like a cliche. It's kind of interesting. Let's take a look. So here is the original tweet that I saw. It seems that in Minecraft is now no longer a solid defense. This guy wrote about how he basically wanted to pop the sheriff in the head. Hopefully using pop will help us with the algorithm there and not get the video demonetized. And he follows it all up with in Minecraft, right? We've all seen this stuff before. People think that this is some kind of loophole here, right? You can say the most effed up stuff and it's not taken seriously as long as you try to make it look like you're talking about in a game. Now, obviously, this turned out to not be true, right? So a little warning to everyone out there who likes to get a little crazy and try to play it off with something like this. Maybe not the best idea anymore. Now, it makes sense to me why this kind of stuff is happening now, right? Why they would be going and arresting people based on this stuff. Every time we have an active shooter, right, say like a school shooter type of thing goes on, we have this issue where the police end up catching a lot of heat for if there was any previous information available on this person, you know, doing and saying unhinged things. Why weren't you looking at him more, right? Why weren't you watching him? Why didn't you already do something like, how is this person doing this stuff? And you have these little hints beforehand and you don't do anything about it. So I get it. I'm not saying that I'm a big, law enforcement fan here. I think they're always heroes. They always do the right thing. Far, far, far from it. But in this case, like, I see why it's happening.
They discovered that he's anti-government, he's anti-law enforcement, and like every other active shooter that we come across is a marginalized member of society who spends hours and hours and hours in these extremist chat rooms.
Right? If you get yelled at all the time because you're not doing X, and then the next time something comes up, like maybe you're going to try doing that, right? I think this is going to be kind of controversial, though, right? Getting arrested over things you said on the internet. But it's important for people to realize that freedom of speech doesn't really apply like across the board, right? It sounds like this blanket statement, but it's really not. There are certain qualifiers, and trying to incite violence, anything kind of terrorist related, stuff like that, these things can get you caught, right? They basically like null and void your freedom of speech. I guess a fun little story here. I happened to learn this firsthand myself when I was younger. I was a bit of a rebel. I am fairly anti-authority, right? And as you get older, you just mature a bit and you chill out, and maybe you're still anti-authority, but you don't go around screaming about it, doing stuff, going to protest, all kinds of crazy stuff like I actually did when I was in my younger 20s. And I happened to get arrested, at a protest for a friend who had got locked up just for that harmless green plant, and I yelled some choice words at police officers, and they tried to arrest me for disorderly conduct. That caused me to research into disorderly conduct. How would I qualify for this, right? And basically, I would need to have been trying to incite violence through getting a lawyer, and me obviously not trying to incite violence, just being mad and basically saying F you. I managed to get these charges dropped after losing my money paying for the lawyer, though, unfortunately. So that's where I learned a long time ago, right? That your freedom of speech isn't this blanket statement. If you cross certain lines, your freedom of speech no longer applies. Now, another thing in this that I found kind of interesting is this has got to be like the calmest arrest I've ever seen. There is video footage from when they arrested him. I'll go ahead and show you some of that.
Richard, can you step down here, please? Yeah, come in. We'll talk to you down here. What's up, bud? Come on down this way.
How are you? How you doing?
Go ahead. Okay, all right. Perfect. Come here real quick.
My left shoulder.
Okay, take it easy. All right. I'll come up, please. All right. Just so you know, aware, there's a warrant out of Volusia County, Florida,
Okay.
for the incident that you're aware of what's going on.
Yeah, I think I saw you there.
What you talked about, yeah.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
Okay.
So we're gonna go back to headquarters. We'll do everything. And we also have a search warrant to search a resident for electronic devices.
Okay.
What's upstairs? Your computer?
Yeah. Can I get a
shoes?
He has shoes and a sweatshirt.
Yes.
Yeah, we'll get that for you.
Well,
He's so calm, and all he does is basically ask for like some slippers and a sweater before they go outside. You know, just for a dude who's like an extremist anti-authority, his level of calm and just cooperating with the police was honestly something that kind of shocked me. Again, as I already said, I was a super anti-authority. You know, I had some issues with cops when I was younger. Nothing crazy. Just one time was the time I got arrested, but I definitely didn't handle it the same way, right? Like when they grabbed me and started arresting me, like I was like fighting back and not being taken down and like not putting my hands, basically until I saw one of them reach for what turned out to be a taser was when I was like, oh, okay, we don't want to get shot, right? You can't tell that it's a tase gun in the middle of the scuffle. You just see a dude reaching for a holster and you're like, okay, not gonna get shot. Let's chill out. So for me, watching the guy just so calmly walk down the stairs and just have a calm conversation and be like, yeah, the computer's up there and such, you know, all that. It was a little bit jarring for me, you know, almost like weird, like it felt almost kind of fake. The cherry on top of this little video here is at the very end. Now, unfortunately, they're in screens. You know, it's all blurred so that you can't see the inside of his room, and we've got these in-screen cards blocking it, but it's about the audio. It's hard to hear exactly what she says, but I watched it a few times, as well as, you know, pulled up the closed captioning and then used that, plus that to kind of piece together what was actually said.
Kind of smells like a gym locker in here. Sorry.
it's okay.
No, it's not okay.
And she says, I'm sorry, it kind of smells like a gym locker in here. And the police officer responds, you know, just like, oh, you know, no problem. And she's like, no, it's not okay, right? She's throwing shade at her son for being disgusting, filthy 39-year-old Reddit mod, 4chan. I'm just kidding. I don't know if he's a Reddit mod or whatever. Just, you know, he's got the look. That's going to be it for this one, guys. I just thought it was amusing. It was one of the first things I saw this morning, and I was like, holy crap. Right? What are the odds that this happens? And then, you know, we get the arrest video, and the dude looks like this too, and it's all just kind of like this perfect little cliche story. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Catch you next time.